Okay, and here's the inside. This, like this. The deal with this was it had water damage, and the guy that bought it last year, he spent last summer rebuilding the whole camper, the walls, you know, everything, and then put everything back up. So it's a little shoddy around here, but you know, looks good. This stuff I'd paint black back over it, you know, go through, touch up. The back bumper, could probably use some black paint. You know, it's got some rust and some caulk spots. Oh, this is I threw this in here temporarily, window unit AC. It obviously can't stay on the side there. But my plan is to put it in this back window right there, which is kind of weird because this window's cocking back and it needs to lean the opposite way, so I'd have to maybe put a 2x4 there so the AC is leaning at least straight, probably cocked back a little bit. But okay, now here's the inside, which this needs, this isn't too bad, but this needs this fixed. Fish. Let's pause that. Okay. So here it is. This is, yeah, we stayed in here all weekend. We're in our driveway. We're just conditioning ourselves here. It's nice in here. I like it. Got the recliner. I want to keep that recliner in here. My initial idea was back there. That's the 20-gallon tank, but it was down on its side like that. And then I got that thing right there is the inside of an outside container, and then the wheel well. But what was originally on that was the couch bed thing. So all that stuff was underneath it. I might put that back in, but I really want to keep this recliner in here. So what I was kind of thinking, see how the wheel well there comes up, and this comes up even farther, maybe sacrificing part of that and cutting half of that off with some plywood, reshaping it, and basically the outside container would just be smaller to put this recliner over against the wall. But to do that, I want it to recline back all the way, so it would have to be up forward here pretty good, and I'm worried that this reclining thing here will be right at that wheel well. So I don't know if they'll fit, but I have to decide if I can put the couch back in and maybe the recliner over here somehow. This thing right here, that's the gas nozzle with the pipe going through there. But I think that pipe only comes up to about right there. So I could cut like half of this off for more space, and maybe build like a plank type thing with this wheel well. Maybe this recliner would fit there. I'm not sure. There's Crystal.
Hi guys.
And let's see, yeah, that hot water heater I showed you, I think is going to end up right around here, because the top of that gets hot. It's propane. I'm thinking that with some aluminum tubing I could run out this vent right here, and then the hot water tank would be there, and then I'd bring in the water, run it through the tank, and then out of the tank, the shower nozzle through there into the shower, and do a tee off for the kitchen sink hot water and the bathroom hot water. And on the last video I showed where the way the shower looked before I did it, and I got that done. And here's that. It's not bad. It's not perfect. The caulk I ended up having to use is a lot rubbery, more rubber-y than I've used in houses before. So it did some like clumping as I put it in. I didn't realize, but it's not bad. It's definitely all sealed and waterproofed. And it was hard finding a curtain rod small enough to fit there, but I found one, and it seems to be in there pretty tight. This curtain fits good on it. And I'm gonna have to clear this out a little bit more, the drain. I think it needs some Drano. It wasn't flowing completely right, but I think that'll do it. Here's the composting toilet. Watch out, Timber. So, ended up built like that because it, for some reason, the plywood didn't match up on the outside, and I was like, well, I could just put it on the inside ones there. You know, stain that. The only composting toilet I could find that they sell is like $1,000. I can't remember the name of it, but you know, so it was a lot easier. I also have the other toilet that hooks up to the sewage system. Like if we're gonna end up staying somewhere that has sewage, I want to keep this anchored in there lightly, so I could easily maybe take out a couple screws and take the composting out and put the other one in, you know. But this will be great for off-grid, and you know, it's the basic. It's not built yet. I still have to cut out the hole there. I just bought hinges yesterday, so this top wood piece will hinge up like that, and there'll be a bucket in there and a urine diverter. You know, the urine diverter, it'll come about halfway there in the front, and that's basically the key to keeping that separate, is what you want to do. And then for the urine diverter, it'll come down, and there's the hole to the black tank. I'll just run, you know, a permanent tubing going into there, so I don't have to change out that all the time. And I saw some composting that, you know, it's basically just the bucket and the peat moss or whatever, and adding peat moss after each time fills up faster, and there's some mixing, you know, some mixing stuff that you don't have to change it as much, and it looks possibly more efficient. But I think we're going to start with the easier way and see how it works, and then we can always add the mixer. Okay. So, and here's this stayed in here. The refrigerator, it runs on propane or electric. I was told that it 100% works. I haven't tried it out yet. My 12-volt system, there's a marine battery in there, and you see all the wires coming out there. So I have to figure that out. Right now, this got a basic extension cord coming through the thing there with the power cord under the table there with everything hooked up to it, just straight in. So I'll have to figure all that out. Oh, and this 20-gallon tank, I might move over here, you know, I'm adding a propane tank there, and there's also a propane tank back under there on the outside door. But this will mainly run the hot water heater to the shower, and maybe the top, I have a green Sterno type stove. Maybe run those two, and maybe this one can run the fridge and whatever else. And let's see. So, yeah, there's the bed. You see it up there. I need curtains everywhere. This on the ceiling here. You can see back there. As far as the paint job, looks like they just did one coat of paint. But yeah, it's throughout there. It's kind of messy, whatnot. So it definitely needs at least another coat. I have to decide on the color, maybe tan or something. I'm trying to figure out. Crystal has just gotten a sewing machine. She's talking about making curtains that with Velcro strips, you know, so you can Velcro it up and just rip it down when you want some sunlight.